All right.
So last session, you guys made your way into Knife Point Gully, which is across the Sighing Valley from Feathergale Spire. And at the end of Knife Point Gully, there is an opening in the cliffside that leads into darkness. Making your way down a set of rough cut stairs that wind its way into darkness, you traveled for some time before the ground leveled out and a sprawling complex opened up in the darkness before you. Upon entering, you heard the sounds of screaming, wails of pain, sounds of tortured souls. You made your way through a zigzagging gauntlet, being peppered with arrows and crossbow bolts from behind narrow windows before emerging on the other side. Once there, you followed the sound of flute music to a room that contained several initiates or trainees being led by a colorfully decorated fellow who introduced himself as Windharrow. He was looking for new players to join the Windvanes, the Windwards, as nobody else in this temple or complex seemed to be of adequate skill for his liking. Some of you chose to move on throughout the complex, doing some exploring. Taladar, discovering a series of individuals chained or tied to large obelisks, quickly dispatched two of them with a lightning bolt and attempted to slay the third before being stopped by Starsha. Starsha then questioned the individual only to find out that he was drinking the Kool-Aid. He was a cultist and was attempting to gain higher understanding or something. Taladar did return afterwards and finish him off. You moved throughout the complex, being shown to a room with Lyria, who explained to you that he was not really interested anymore in pursuing a job, and was hoping that you guys would complete your task quickly so he could then leave. You did manage to find some individuals in the complex that you rescued from some Kenku who were in the process of torturing them. You brought them back to the room that you were first shown to, and asked Lyria if he'd be willing to escort them out. He quickly agreed and said that he hoped to meet you again someday. The villagers, the commoners, the prisoners, thanked you profusely and made their way out through the darkness and up the long dark stairs with Lyria at their head. You then ventured into a large room with strange, large mechanical wheels or spokes or gears, one of which was being manned by several prisoners, and they were being watched over by two Howling Hatred cult members. You quickly dispatched them as well, and the gear then ground to a halt. I believe that is where we finished off. So that is where we will pick up. You are in the large room with the gears with many spokes on them. There are two dead Howling Hatred priests and several commoners. They're in rough shape. They look beaten, malnourished. Their clothing is threadbare, torn, and they look exhausted. What would you guys like to do?
I think we should. Give them some good berries and bar them in the room that Lyria was in until we can finish going through this place.
Why not just let them? I mean, we don't have anyone else who can escort them. Just send them on their way.
I don't know if they'll make it.
we aren't too far behind the others' exit. We could potentially run out front with them and see if we can help them to catch up.
I don't think they're in any more danger than the last group we let go.
How long has it been since the other group left?
No more than half an hour.
Well, while he thinks about that, Taladar will approach Felix and just say, "Take a look at these contraptions with me, would you? I'd like to see if we can perhaps intuit what they do."
Well, maybe they do. Maybe they know. Moss calls out.
No, we already asked.
Oh, we asked?
Yeah, they don't know, and they're not always turning, so seems like they're not ventilation or any sort of life support or anything for the complex. And I'm not sure what the role would be. I imagine Felix would have a better chance at figuring it out since it's mechanical and he is a tinkerer.
I would
I'm
say
happy
you
to
can either
assist.
make intelligence or... What else could we use? Intelligence. Investigation. Whatever one you prefer. This is for Felix and Taladar.
I'll tap. I guess I'm assuming Felix is doing it.
I
Tap
think
and
so.
give a word of encouragement and give guidance to Felix.
Can I give him advantage by helping?
Yes, you can.
So, just intelligence then?
Yeah, you can either roll intelligence or investigation, whichever one you prefer, and you have advantage. Plus guidance.
All right. Well.
Wow.
You spend some time looking at these large mechanisms. Perhaps even going so far as to lay close to the ground and putting your ear as close to the shaft as you can. Listening. While the gears have stopped moving, it's like the entire mechanism is slowly coming to a rest deep below the ground. You can tell that there is a large mechanism. You're not sure how deep, but somewhere below the complex. And it sounds as if water is involved. You can hear the slow, sluggish turn of water deep below.
Would it help you if we gave them a turn to discern maybe what they're doing?
Are these going up or down?
What do
Or
you
is
mean?
it through the whole room?
There's a large column that goes from a hole in the floor all the way up through a hole in the ceiling, and then there's spokes that are attached at points all the way around that these prisoners were being told to, you can see they're in position to push it. It's as if it's turning a giant gear, perhaps, underground somewhere.
Felix, do you want us to give us a turn and?
I'm not sure if that would help.
If they were turning it regularly, overturning or underturning may have some benefit to us.
I was thinking more along the lines of sabotage. Break them so they don't turn again.
That would be the underturning.
But I mean, if there's no easy way to do that in a handful of, no pun intended, turns, we should probably just move on.
Darkstar, is there any way to?
With that roll, you know enough about tinkering and mechanisms and gears to know that these large things drive a large gear somewhere, most likely below ground, that you think controls the flow of water. I believe only Taladar has seen water in this location.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, up here.
So maybe like a sluice gate or something?
So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna gather up the refugees and or the prisoners, the refugees, and
It could be. You don't know.
I'll ask them if they. Do you think you can make it out on your own?
We would rather make the attempt than be forced to stay here and perhaps be recaught.
How many are?
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Yeah.
I think each of us gives one of them a good berry.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll send them.
They
on
all
their way.
gobble them down quickly.
Everyone should have 3 good berries left at this point.
Yep.
Are you giving them a means to light their way, or are you just going to let them go through the dark on their own?
They can grab one of these torches here,
Yeah.
can't they?
In this room, there are 4 large braziers lighting the way. But they could grab one. I think there was one out in the hall. They could grab one on their way out.
Okay.
Let's at least escort them to the door.
Yeah.
Do I cast Pass Without a Trace again?
No. I think we're good.
Right.
They quickly
I think
gobble
actually-
down the good berries that you provide.
Oh, you talking about casting pass to get past this hallway unnoticed?
Yeah, and I think we've already been noticed, so it's kind of my point.
I welcome whatever is down that hallway, itching for a fight.
Yeah.
Moss will escort them all the way to the door.
Yep, you guys quickly make your way through the darkness, one of them bearing a torch along the way.
Moss waves goodbye. Good luck. Stay safe.
And they quickly head out into the darkness.
Okay. Where do we go from here? Do we go back to the right paths, or do we go up towards the corridor? The long corridor, the big corridor.
Well, there is one hall I did not venture down all the way. Can I make a survival check to see if I can link up that hallway where I'm pinging to what I saw off in the distance when I looked out past the bridge?
Sorry, reping.
Like, top right of the map.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Just trying to, like, in Taladar's head, trying to stitch together what he saw with where
Sorry,
he
you're trying
went.
to link that up with where?
So when Taladar peeked out here on the bridge and saw
Uh-huh.
something over in that direction,
Mhm.
he's trying to figure out in his head how close to that he got when he walked down that hallway.
Give me a survival check.
Yeah, it's just kind of like sensing direction and trying to stitch it all together to make sense in his head. Yeah.
You know that distance-wise, it's not that far, but as to whether or not it actually connects up, you have no way of knowing.
Okay. Oh, he would theorize that out loud. It may or may not be over in that direction, where I originally saw something moving earlier. It could be dangerous. But then we seem to have limited options.
So what would you guys like to do? Where are we? Which way are you heading?
I don't think we've seen anything in these rooms here that would trouble us, that we should just move forward.
I think we should just go in the big hall here.
Are we better off going straight out and having a big fight, or are we going to be sneaky and try to go maybe the smaller halls?
Well,
So we have
the
four
large-
different 5 different passages we can take, right?
no. Those passages that go off the right side of the map, I think Dark said last week that those
They
don't go
lead
anywhere
on
mechanically.
into darkness. You're not sure where they go, or Taladar's not sure where they go. There's no light beyond a certain point, and judging by the amount of dust and debris that he saw on the floor, it doesn't look like they're passages that are used.
Yeah, it goes to older parts of the city.
Okay.
So we kind of only have the two options. We have the hall here with the 3 pillars in it, and we have the hall way up here in the upper right corner.
So the end of the pillars. Taladar has seen out that way, and I think Starsha's been up that far as well. And then only Taladar has been over to the right at the end of this hallway.
And he didn't even go to the end of the hallway. He went to the T
No,
here
he went to the
and looked.
T and looked. And
Yeah.
saw that the passageway continued on. You could see a door at the end of the hall, and then the hallway turned to the north.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that door. I guess there is one more room we haven't looked in on. I want to say I put my ear to that southern door and didn't hear anything, but I probably rolled a shit perception.
I think
check.
you rolled a shit roll, and you didn't hear anything.
But I mean, high chance that it's just more quarters.
Yeah, I want to find this Kaz guy. I don't know. I'm saying let's just go straight up the big hallway, but that's Aranor.
I thought Kaz was the Earth cult.
Kaz, I think his name is Kaz, and his wyvern.
Oh, Kaz was the Wyvern Rider. Okay,
Oh,
got it.
okay. And Kaz is the one you have a beef with of some form?
Me?
No. Nobody has beef with him.
No beef.
That's the mud sorcerer that you're thinking of.
It's the Earth guy that Teledar's hunting.
This guy's got a cooler mount than us. We have a beef with him.
Considering you have no mounts other than the horses.
Yep.
Let's go.
So you're heading
Alright.
up that hallway with the obelisks?
Yeah. Moss, you want to take
Ma-
the lead?
Yeah, Moss will
There
take
you
the lead.
go. I know you like it. Go ahead.
I got a perception, man.
You approach the end of this hallway.
Moth is moving stealthily as he
Moth?
can.
He's
Moths.
changed his name.
Moths.
Mothman.
Listen, I burnt my tongue on pizza.
So yeah, this hallway is lit by one single torch. And you can see that there is an arch at the end of the hallway that leads out onto a stone bridge. There are no railings that you can see on this bridge, and it looks like, at least from here, it drops away. You can hear the sound of rushing water.
Do I see the wyvern?
Everybody... from where you are, no, you can't see the wyvern. Everybody make a perception check.
That
job,
boy,
Felix.
Felix. There's Taladar. There we go. The Discord
gonna be-
status is correct.
It's gonna be a good night.
Both Moss and Starsha, everyone hears the sound of rushing water. And for most of you, that's all that you can make out. Moss and Starsha, you listen closely. You do hear a loud, low, well, I shouldn't say it's loud. It is a quiet, low thumping or pounding. It seems to go for a little bit and then stops. And after a few seconds, picks up again. That's
Can
all
I
you hear.
tell the direction it's coming from?
It's coming from the north. It's out in the greater darkness.
Is it reverberating through the ground or through the air? Is it more like the beating of wings or something like pounding on the ground?
Didn't I already hear wings coming from that away?
Yes, a few of you have, and you heard loud screeching. But this doesn't sound the same as what you heard before. It's hard to tell what its source is, because it is quite low. Whatever it is sounds deep and heavy. You don't know if it's mechanical in nature or if it's made by people. It's difficult to discern. The only reason you can pick it out over the sound of rushing water is because of your high perception rolls.
Well, I tell the group I don't see anything yet. I think we venture forward a little bit. Make ready your greatsword.
Let's go.
As
Awesome.
As you guys reach the end of the bridge, I'm going to switch maps.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, I had to cut this big map in half.
Oh, I assume the tunnels to the right was where you cut it in half. Okay.
just a heads up, tactically, this is Taladar's last fight for the day before he is useless.
Fuck, I can't actually switch you yet. It's not... We'll stay on this map for a little bit. So as you approach the edge of the bridge, you can see that it spans out about 20 feet. And at the other end is a large structure. The cavern here is incredibly tall. You can't see where the roof is. It stretches on that high. And before you, in the darkness, looms the shape of a massive pyramid. It looks like around the base of the pyramid there is a walkway that is lit by large round braziers, but they serve only to light the base of this pyramid. From here, you can also make out that there is light coming from another bridge, perhaps, off to the east.
Any
So-
sign of that wyvern yet?
Make a perception check.
This is the pyramid that guy told us about.
Yep, it looks just like that. It is really dark, about 10 feet up the sides of the pyramid, and it stretches on into darkness above. You can't make anything out.
Come forward. There's nothing to fear here.
Why, when I try to reveal, does it hide? From here, you can see that water does indeed rush around this pyramid. You can see in the east it comes down and around a corner, flows underneath this walkway. It's more of a walkway than a bridge. It's not that elevated. It's about a 5-foot drop down to the surface of the water. And then from there, it's difficult to tell how far to the bottom. You can make out items, perhaps, below the surface of the water.
Uh-oh. Someone hold Starsha back. She's going to dive in.
Bye, Starsha.
Anybody who would care to look over the edge can, and make a perception check.
Sure.
Sure.
I ain't getting near any fucking edges.
Moss, you can tell that there's definitely items down there. It's difficult to make out with the rushing of the water and in the darkness. Starsha, your eyes being accustomed to the dark, there are items down there, and many of them look valuable. You can see in the corners, it looks like coins and other items have piled up as the water has brought it down. Beneath the bridge, you can make out little bits of gold, silver, perhaps goblets, plates, bits of jewelry, perhaps. It seems to be collecting in places against the walls, around corners, where the current would take it.
This is something I think we should come back to
Agreed.
and not worry about it right now.
Does anything in there look particularly magical that anyone would be able to identify?
Well, the only one who can notice it is Starsha. Starsha, make a... Let's go with Arcana.
Dang!
Oh.
Well, when it comes to loot, she knows what she's doing. Let me look through my notes.
Starsha, I don't know if you're talking, but we can't hear you.
No, I wasn't talking.
Okay, okay.
In your immediate vicinity, you can tell right away, nothing here is magical, just incredibly valuable.
Such a nice roll wasted.
Now that
We
you
get-
guys are on the bridge, I can move you to the other map.
Do we get the sense that it's leftovers from the dwarven realm, or is it more like offerings that have been dumped here?
Without being able to actually see it, you don't know. Starsha, you've seen loot of all kinds from all over the place. Most of this looks like it's gold, silver, coinage, with some valuables mixed in. But without being able to get closer, you have no way of knowing if it's old from when the dwarves occupied this place or whether it's new.
Is there an excessive abundance of battle axes and beer steins mixed in with the loot?
You are unable to see beneath the surface, so you don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
I've moved you to a new map with no music, apparently. I will move you guys onto it.
I'm gonna let you do the reveals here because I don't know how much you want to reveal.
That's fine. Can't remember exactly where the bridge is.
This bridge suddenly got a whole lot wider, and we got 2 Aranors.
Yep, I grabbed the
Yeah.
wrong dude.
double Aranor.
No, it's too much Aranor for anybody.
It's true.
So you make your way across the bridge, and from here I can reveal a little bit more. Oh, I hope I do this right.
Oh, I like this music.
You can see up maybe 20 feet the side of this pyramid as it stretches on into the darkness. Anything beyond 20 feet is obscured. It's dark.
Oh, the globe. Can you bring the globe over?
Oh, yes.
It's sitting in one of the rooms, I think, in the...
Yeah, I
map.
gotta go to a different page. Grab it, hang on. Oh, that's what I deleted. I'm like, what is this stray blue thing here? Let me delete that. After seeing how well Foundry worked in a video that I watched earlier this week, I'm determined to make it work. Moses watched the same video. He can tell you.
Yeah, it's really polished. It's really good. But it does take a lot more setup. So someday.
I will give control of this to Aranor. Hang on. There, it should be good to go. From here, you can see that the walkway around the pyramid, it's only about 10 feet wide. There are no railings. And that it turns to the north about 30 feet behind you and about 50 feet in front of you. You can all now see light, just the edge of it, coming from someplace in the east.
Well, should we roll around to the east where the light is?
Sure.
Moss, creeping forward stealthily as you can, trying to keep an
Yes.
eye out for that.
Give me your marching order.
Moss will take the lead,
Okay?
maybe alongside Aranor.
I'll go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kind of poking his head around the corners and, again, stealthily.
Talador's got dark vision, so he's going to stay in back and watch for any threats coming from behind us.
I'll kind of stay up here, kind of behind where, because I can't see.
I guess
I can
technically I
keep
can't
your
see that great either, other than whatever light I see from around.
So from the very edge of the pyramid, poking around, you can see there is another bridge that leads off into the east. That's a little bit of polygon reveal there. This bridge that you can see ahead of you is much longer. It looks much more decorated. There are pillars that you can see along it. And approaching the edge of the pyramid, you can see that there is also a light to the north as the walkway continues on along the side of the pyramid.
Creeping around the corner.
Yep.
Who is bringing up the rear?
Talador, unless Starsha or somebody else is lagging back.
So are Taladar and Starsha the two rearmost people?
Looks like it.
Is that's okay, Starsha? That's where you want to be?
Sure.
I need both of you to make perception checks.
Yep.
There it is.
Taladar, you hear nothing over the sound of rushing water. Starsha, you're following behind the others. Perhaps you are consciously keeping an ear out for things that aren't water, but you hear something. Sounds like scrabbling, stone on stone, or small rocks.
Behind us or in front of us?
Sounds like it's coming from above.
Do I see anything above?
Make a perception check. It's just too dark to make anything beyond 20 feet up the side of the pyramid. When all of a sudden, all of you hear the sound of wings.
Here we go.
And I will need you all to roll initiative. Remember to click your token.
I'm the best. Take that, Taladar.
There's my natural 20 for the session.
Yeah!
Holy shit! Is that a double-digit initial roll from
It
Aranor?
sure is.
Is that your one for the campaign?
Pretty much. I'm not last, boys and girls.
Out of the darkness, from above, you all now hear the sound of wing boots, as well as a laugh, human, menacing. Dropping out of the darkness, landing probably 30 feet up the side of the pyramid, you can now vaguely make out the shape of a wyvern, with a rider on his back. Let me just get his initiative. All right. Up first is Taladar. Taladar, this thing is 30 feet up the side of the pyramid. So in a grand total, it's probably 50 feet away from you. I don't math very well with three-dimensional spaces.
What is the pyramid like stepped, or is it smooth?
Yes.
Or okay, and I'm assuming each one of these.
I'm gonna
steps
reveal a
we
bit.
see is-
I'm gonna reveal a bit more just so you guys can see it better.
Can't actually move on to it.
No, you can't.
Oh, you alright there?
The first step is about 10 feet up.
Okay, so 10 feet up for each step, and then they're
Yes.
like 10 feet across. Got it.
Yeah.
So it's like an athletics check to climb up or whatever.
Yeah, you could use a climb check to climb the first 10 feet.
Do I have line of sight to it? Like,
Yes.
The steps don't interfere with that?
No.
Okay, Paladar is going to...
I got some new combat music. You hear that?
Taladar is going to invoke his last blade song of the day, drawing his shining rapier in a snap and beginning to whirl it in a hypnotic pattern around him as he utters a word of power, and with his free hand points two fingers at the beast, casting Earthbind. Yellow strips of magical energy swirl in the air about the creature and bind its wings. I need it to make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Strength, okay. What was the DC? 15?
Yeah.
It passed.
Okay. Then I'm gonna move.
It is currently perched on, like it's not in the air. It's about 30 feet up the side.
Okay. I think I'm gonna move back a little bit, and that's my turn.
Okay. Aranor.
All right. All right, I'm going to move there
Uh-huh.
for my bonus action. I'm casting Compel Duel on the Wyvern.
Okay.
Needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom save, and he has to attack me. If he attacks anyone else, it's a disadvantage.
He passed.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, what the DC's 14? Yeah, he passed.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. Okay. That's all I can do.
Okay. Atop this large wyvern, you can see that the rider throws out his hands, and from it, light begins to emerge.
That being that it's casting a spell.
Yes, it is.
Alright, I'll counterspell it.
How far does counterspell go? What is the
Forever.
range?
It's like 60 feet, I think. It is 60 feet.
This is probably more than 60 feet away from you. It's 30 feet up where it is. I'm just trying to math. So it's 35 feet and then 30 feet up. So it's probably 65 feet away.
Okay, then I'm going to use Meta Magic and Distant counterspell to make it 120 feet range.
Okay.
You just have an answer for everything, don't you?
This fucking guy.
Can you can use your meta magic on a reaction?
I believe so. I haven't read anything that says you can't.
Yeah, okay.
But if you don't want me to, that's fine.
Well, it's not that I don't want you to. I just want to make sure that I get it right.
No, I mean, if you don't think that you would be able to, that's fine.
Reaction spells do require a trigger. The trigger would have been him casting a spell.
The point of contention that I'm seeing in forums is the original range is the reaction trigger, and then the meta magic boosts that. But I feel like that's a weak argument against. I think it's DM's discretion. Could go either way.
Yeah, I don't like telling you guys no, things don't work.
No, I'm fine if you say it doesn't work. That's fine with me.
And we all like when you're a jerk to Lucid, so you know. Feel free.
Alright, it doesn't work.
Okay, that's fine. Then we eat it, whatever it is.
So, crackling around this guy's wrist, Taladar, you have seen this spell before. I think there's a save.
Oh
Let me
no.
just double check.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Is this lightning bolt?
Yes.
Balls!
I need a dexterity saving throw from Felix and Taladar.
I think I get a bonus to that. I do not. Advantage on
Wait.
that.
How close are you guys to me?
They're more than 10 feet away.
Ah! Alright.
Taladar's 20. 17 and 16. Okay. And that is against my... It's against my spell DC, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, I think you both saved, so you're going to take half of this damage.
Jesus Christ, thank
Uh,
God.
Half of 38.
So 19 points of damage.
Woo-wee!
19 points each.
I'm going to use absorb elements.
Yeah, me too. So have that.
Is that 9 or 10?
It's 9. It's always round down.
It's always rounded down. And that is going to be his turn. So does that have the halved damage that you take? Or does it absorb a certain amount? I just don't know how absorb elements works.
It grants the caster resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of our next turn. So, like, if he lightning bolted us again, we would again take half damage. Yeah, so it's half of half.
Okay. That's his turn. Moss.
So can I see him from where I'm at, or am I?
Yes, you can see him.
So you said Lucid was 65 away, so I'm a little bit more than 65. But if I cast Fairy Fire, actually, do I need to target that? It's a box. So I'll target Fairy Fire right in front of them, so I should be able to hit both of them with a 20-foot box, I think. Yes, without me moving.
Well, he can't center it on them because he can't reach.
Yeah, but if I center it like a little bit closer to me, I can do like something that's Moses is doing right now, and hit both of them.
I think you can reach from there.
I just want to make sure I hit both.
So if you go 30 feet here and then 30 feet up, 60. I hate 3D chess.
If I need to move
I'm
closer,
gonna
I'll move closer.
No, I think it would hit if you were to like put it.
I mean, it's 20 foot up too, right? So
Yeah.
it helps in that way.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on them.
Okay.
So DC 15 save for both.
Okay. Wyvern first. What kind of a save is it?
Dexterity.
Dex. The Wyvern failed. They both failed. Not that I guess it would have mattered.
So you just see them illuminated in a vivid green light. And they are now advantage for us to hit. And maybe I'll just creep around the corner a little bit to make sure that I'm not. Am I out of line of sight here?
No.
Ah, fuck it. I'll move there anyways.
Okay. No, I mean, he's up, looking down the sloped or stepped sides of the pyramid.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think the angles of. At some point, he wouldn't be able to see around the other side of the pyramid. I don't know where that would be though. But as long as I'm not in a direct line with these other yokels.
Uh-huh. Your friends, the yokels. That's your turn?
Yeah, I'll move one
Okay.
further. That's it.
That brings us to the Wyvern. He has a compelled duel on him, correct?
Yeah.
That puts him at disadvantage if he attacks something else?
You save though.
Oh, right, I did save. Well, never mind. Launching into the air, about 5 feet up, he is going to swoop down and land here. Actually, he's hovering. I gotta move both of them. It's so dumb.
Oh, hello.
He's hovering about... Well, he's just above the first step of the pyramid. So that puts him about 10 feet above you. And he is going to...
Is this a step pyramid or a
Yes.
like? So he can't
Yeah.
actually see me up against the wall.
Well, he's hovering in the air, looking
Okay.
down at you. At your tall 7-foot head. Because he's close to the edge looking at you.
Okay.
You see, now that you're much closer, a large tail on this thing that has a bulbed end with a sharp point. Does a 10 hit?
It does not.
Whipping around this thing's body, it ducks its head, and its large tail shoots out at you. The stinger headed right for your face. But you turn your head aside at the last minute, and it just flails past you.
That was a sharp
Then-
attack.
It then goes for a bite. This thing has reach, by the way. Does a 20 hit?
It does.
That is 10 points of piercing.
Ouch.
That is its turn. Starsha.
Starsha goes, nope, turns around and goes back home.
Sounds good. That's logical.
Mhm. What he said, anything about dragons.
Just going back for that loot.
She's gonna jump down into the water and starts looting. Let me do this. 1 second. Trying to figure out how to get to the other screen. I'm using the thing that lets me teleport 30 feet,
Okay.
and I will teleport behind the Dragon Rider.
You would have to move first and teleport. It's 5 feet to the base of the pyramid, then 10 feet up to the platform, and then he's about 10 feet back.
Okay.
Moving there, you can now teleport and get right behind him.
It won't let me.
I will move you.
This is boss music.
Now I shall stab him.
Are you going for the rider or the wyvern?
The rider.
The rider?
Hmm.
Okay. The roll will be at disadvantage because he is mounted and difficult to hit.
But I teleported behind him.
You teleported onto the wyvern's back?
Well, yeah. I also want to stab him.
The
Amazing.
audacity. Yeah. Then go ahead. You are now standing at the back of the wyvern. It is difficult footing because it's a living animal.
That's fine.
But the attack will just be a regular attack. In fact, I will even give you sneak attack damage because he didn't see you coming.
No, because I teleported. You can't see that? Wait, I can't do Shadow Blade, right? Because that's a bonus action. I already used that by using the teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have to use... I think I'll use the short sword.
Okay. That is definitely going to hit. 15 points of damage.
Oh, and everyone's got advantage to attack on both these guys. May want to put a marker on them.
But did they fail their save on Fairy Fire?
Yes, they are lined
both
in a faint glowing green light.
Oh, damn.
So they're easy to see. This individual, known as Kaz Hanar, takes a short sword right in the back. 15 total points of damage.
Surprise! I don't think I have any more actions left.
Nope. You are now perched precariously on the beginning of the tail of this wyvern. Oh yes, Spry, you will need to make a concentration check.
Can I use my disengage?
Oh,
or...
yes, it's true.
You moved, you bonus actioned. You do not have a bonus action movement.
Okay.
So that's just straight concentration?
Yeah.
It's a
That's
con
just- that's-
save.
Sorry?
It's
It's
a con
con save.
save.
Con save.
It's DC 10. No problem, you maintain concentration. Felix, it is your turn.
Okay. What is the Kaz guy wearing?
You have seen outfits like this before. He looks like he's dressed similarly to other Skyweavers that you fought in the past. Let me just double check what he's wearing. It looks like it's robes.
Okay, so he looks casterish.
Yes.
Aside from the lightning bolt, that probably was a fairly decent tell.
It's a pretty good tell.
I'm just gonna twin firebolt at him.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, that's a crit. And that's only on the first one. So a crit on the first one, if for 29 points of damage. Let me just do that first. And the second one is also going to hit for 10 points of damage. This guy's in rough shape. 2 shots came firing out from Felix's hand and hit him square in the chest. He screams out in pain. The scream echoed by the mount beneath him. Is there anything else?
I think he's angry. No, that's it.
Okay. Taladar.
Teladar is going to bring his blade to a stop pointed directly at the man atop the wyvern and reach up and smack the side of the blade with a ring on his finger of his offhand. And that ping echoes, reverberates throughout the chamber eventually turning into a low droning bell as he casts Toll the Dead
Okay.
I need him to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw to avoid 2d12 damage.
Natural 20.
Poop.
He doesn't take half.
Nope, because it's a cantrip. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that's probably going to be it. Talador's going to take a step to the left. Take
Okay.
a 5-foot step. Just to make sure he's not
It's not
close to
Pathfinder, my
anything.
guy.
Yeah. Just to make sure he's not close to anybody.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Can I... I'm gonna climb up. I can't climb up. Oh, there's a... Can I open this door up here so I can put Taladar up on the next step? Here. I'll
Here?
open this door. Yeah, no, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a door up here that I can move him through. Yeah, Taladar is just gonna move over here, and actually, you know what? He's gonna get in melee. Fuck it. He's
Okay,
gonna climb
so he's
up.
climbing up 10 feet. Give me a climb check.
Athletics is a 9.
You attempt to climb up, but the first 10 feet up are very difficult.
Is it
There
like
are
straight up smooth stone?
It's straight up smooth stone until
Gross.
you reach the lip. So while you get your fingers around it with a jump, you can't pull yourself up. There's no place for your feet to find footing.
Okay, well, he'll drop back to the ground and just hang out there then.
Okay. Aranor.
The one time
It's
I
a
have high
DC 10.
initiative and I can't do shit.
We can get up there.
Yeah, I
You
can't
have higher-
reach him to attack, right?
If you got up there, that's 10 feet, and then you could... Yeah, you could get him. 10 feet up, and then another 20 feet to get to him. But you gotta make your climb check. It's an athletics check. It's only a DC 10, it shouldn't be a problem for you. Oh dear.
You see what you did? You see?
So unfortunately, you encounter the same problem Taladar has. Your I don't know what they're called, the things that go over top of your boots that are made of metal. They scrape against the side of the pyramid, and you just can't find purchase to lever yourself up. I shouldn't have said it should be easy. That was my fault. I jinxed you. That's my bad. So yeah, I mean, you attempt to move and you can't, but you could move elsewhere instead. Go around the side or throw your sword at him.
I'll end my turn.
Okay. This is now Kaz's turn. Kaz, having recently been stabbed in the back with a short sword, is going to... He is going to turn around in his saddle and attempt to shove you off. This is going to be a contested athletics. So Starsha, make an athletics check against his. I think that's how you do it. He's
Or
not
acrobatics.
very strong, huh?
It's his athletics versus her athletics or acrobatics, her choice.
Okay, so you could roll acrobatics if you prefer, Starsha.
Yeah,
Oh,
it basically
absolutely.
it's the same thing as a grapple check.
Ooh! He rolled a 16.
Dang it all.
So you try to get out of the way, but he just manages to hit you right in the chest, and he shoves you off. You land back just behind the wyvern. You don't take any damage. That would have been his action. He is going to bonus action No, he's not. He's not going to bonus action anything. That is the end of his turn, because he is not going to dismount. Moss.
So I'm assuming the 7'7" Furbolg has an easier time of getting up the temple than others.
Well, that remains to be seen. Make an athletics check to climb up. Yep. That allows you to get 1 step up.
How much movement did that take up?
10 feet. I'm not going to penalize you by making it double movement. It's 10 feet.
If I move directly in front of the wyvern, will that give me advantage, or...?
Nope.
I guess everybody got advantage, so it doesn't, it's a moot point.
Yeah.
So if I were to attack the dude on top, Kaz...
That will be at disadvantage, just
This would
because
be-
he's mounted. It would be a straight roll.
Right. But I will try it anyways.
Okay.
So Moss will hiss and take a swipe with Primal Savagery.
Okay. That hits.
Oh, did I hit the wrong one? Did it show damage or just not scrolled down?
No, it showed a 17.
That's just your hit.
Okay, I didn't do the damage. Okay,
No.
doing the damage.
Eight points. This guy is looking rough. He's heavily leaned over in the saddle now. And you hear him murmur something to the wyvern, but you can't make it out.
Moss will now hidden step, turning invisible,
Okay.
and move away. How far can I move?
You have 20 feet of movement.
I'll just move. Yeah, is that?
It will provoke from the wyvern,
No,
but
no.
it will be at disadvantage.
Well, sorry, I'm hidden though.
Well, he doesn't know where you are, but that doesn't stop him from lashing out trying to hit you. It'll be at disadvantage.
Okay, well, let's let him try.
No, not advantage. There we go. Does a 9 hit?
No.
Yeah, it swings out, but you've already moved from that square. And you are currently hidden.
I think this is as far as I can move as well, because I would have moved 10, then 5, and then 15, so 30.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It is now the wyvern's turn. The wyvern, seemingly taking a command from its rider, launches into the air. It moves up, 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 getting dimmer and dimmer as it moves into darkness.
It still has fairy fire on it, so it still
Yes.
should still be very visible.
So now you guys can very clearly see a wyvern and rider outlined. And while you can't make out their distinct features, you know exactly where it is. He is going to... Actually, no, he's not. His moon back here. He pushes himself 5 feet into the air, and he whips his tail around. Let's see if we hit. Does a 17 hit, Starsha?
Why are you whipping at me?
Because you're right behind him.
Better the whip than the nene.
Oh my god.
Point of order: if the wyvern moved and the rider moved away, there's not an attack of opportunity?
He hasn't moved away yet.
So what you're asking is if a 16.99 hits, right?
No, I'm asking if a 17 hits.
That's what I'm saying. A 16.99.
Yeah. Does that hit?
No, that doesn't hit.
But a
No, if
17
it was a
does.
17, but which it isn't.
But it is.
It's exactly a 17. That's just not right.
It's exactly a 17. I need you to make a DC 15 con save.
A DC 16 con save.
Yeah, make a Constitution save, and you gotta get...
Is this what I rolled?
Yes. So that's good. That means you'll only take half. You're going to take 11 points of piercing damage and half of 23. So
But
you'll take 11 piercing and 11 poison.
No. I'm using my whatever that ability is.
That will have the piercing damage. Your, uncanny dodge.
Yeah, that one.
So instead of 11, you'll take 5 points of piercing and 11 points of poison.
No, where are you when I need you?
I can't climb up.
Can't climb a fucking pyramid.
Wow.
His armor too heavy, and he got a great sword in both hands.
So I just took 16 points of damage.
Yes.
The paladin is so useless.
It is now going to launch itself into the air. You will get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I will take that attack off opportunity. Can I use my Shadow Blade?
It's a... Is it a spell?
Did you cast it as a bonus action, and are you currently concentrating on it?
No, she hasn't.
Probably not.
Then no.
Okay, so I'll just use my... Wait, how far away from me is he now?
Well, you would have done it before he moved, so you'll attack him as he's moving away.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say the short sword only has like a 5-foot range.
Yeah, you'll hit him before he actually moves away.
Okay, I'll do that then.
And you're aiming at the wyvern, I'm assuming? Because it's
I guess.
disadvantage to hit the rider.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Isn't that canceled out because of Fairy Fire?
No. Oh, the disadvantage, yes.
So it's a straight up roll.
Yeah,
Right.
so she's aiming at the wyvern. 24 is definitely going to hit either one. Which one do you want to hit? The rider or the wyvern?
Who's in worse shape?
I mean, you're not sure if the wyvern's even been hit yet.
I'll stick
So-
with the rider then.
Okay, so that is going to hit. You don't get the sneak attack damage. You do get the 4 points of piercing. The rider slumps in his saddle and slips from the back of the wyvern before the wyvern takes off. So he lands just on the tier above you.
Yay, I got him.
And he is unmoving. It is now the wyvern's... Oh, he moved. He screams as his rider drops from his back. And he is now 40 feet up. And directly in front... no, he's 30 feet up, sorry. And staring down Aranor and Taladar. He has a few feet of movement, so he is going to dive out of the air right for you. And make 2 attacks. First one with the claw. Sorry, first one with the bite. Does an 18 hit?
No.
These large jaws snap down at you, scraping against your armor. And then he ducks his head, and you see the stinger, the end of his tail, reach up. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Oh, yes! I need you to make a DC 15 con save. You pass. You're going to take half the poison, which will be 7, and 9 points of piercing.
Sorry, Darkstar, how many attacks does the Wyvern get?
On his turn?
Yeah, because he didn't already sting Starsha?
Oh, he did. You're right. He stung Starsha before he flew away.
I think they do have multi-attack, though, don't they?
They do have multi-attack, but that was only one. And the bite would have been the one that he did when he landed to hit Aranor. So you don't take any damage, Aranor. My bad.
Hooray.
I'm just anxious to kill you
I
guys.
see that. Trying to poison.
Yeah. So he's only about 10 feet up. And directly in front of you, Aranor. Starsha, it is your turn.
Alright, the rider is dead. How far is that wyvern away from us now? From me, I should say.
It is level with the top of the pyramid, so it's basically on even ground. He's 30 feet away.
Perfect.
You're gonna run and jump on him? Try and ride him?
I think so. Do you want me to use my acrobatic skills?
Are you jumping on his back?
Totally.
Yes. No problem. You land square on this wyvern's back, landing right in the saddle.
Perfect.
Oh, she's got a dragon.
I'm gonna draw.
It's not really a dragon, it's just dragonkin.
Yeah, also, I mean, how do I convince it to, be my mount?
Well, I mean, you could make an animal handling.
Yeah, let me see what my animal handling is at. Yeah, I just have a +1. That wouldn't go over well. I will draw my Shadow Blade
Okay,
and then do the Shadow Bladey thing.
okay. So it's a bonus action to summon it, and then an action to use it.
That's just that now.
With a 13... Oh, that is just enough. You don't get sneak attack, though. So... 17 points of damage?
I mean, it is engaged with Aranor, isn't it? Does that count?
Yeah, I guess distance doesn't determine whether or not you get advantage.
She's also got fairy fire, so advantage
Yeah.
on it.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, she does. So yeah, it's 26 points of damage.
fairy fire is insane.
As you stab down with your shadowy blade. Oops, that's not right. I just gave him. It roars as you plunge your shadowy blade into it. All right, that's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Felix.
Does it look like that hurt it too much? Can we tell?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll. It doesn't look like it did any more damage than normal, but it definitely hurt it.
I mean, as far as health, like it looks fine, or is it
The
showing
wyvern
any
does
sign-
not look very damaged at all.
Okay.
In fact, that was the first time it's been hit.
Well, in that case, I would like a DC 17 Wisdom save to avoid Hold
Ooh.
Monster.
It rolled a 2.
Okay. Well, it can just get its shit kicked in then.
All right, let me find a.
Oh, Paralyzed is the really awesome one, isn't it? That lets us all crit automatically.
Yeah, they're crits now. Let's see what you got, Deebs.
Talder might kill it.
Automatically fail strength and dex saves, attacks against are at advantage, and they're crits if the attacker's within 5 feet.
Okay, so it can make the save again at the end of its turn. All right, is there anything else, Felix?
No, I just call out. Now hit it with all you've got. It's stuck.
And indeed, it does seem to be stuck. Starsha, you don't feel it thrashing trying to dislodge you anymore. It goes still. It brings us to Taladar.
I'd really love to hit this thing with a 4th level lightning bolt, but I kind of don't want to cook Starsha.
Yeah, or Aranor. He's right in front of you.
I could take a step to the left. Like I could go here and do it.
Hold monster. It was 10 feet up. I'm assuming that means it drops to the ground?
It should.
Okay. So it's on the ground now. 10 feet isn't enough to give it any damage, but it is on the ground.
Bear with me for a second. I'm just looking through. I don't think I have any spells that I can crit with. So, Taladar is going to run up to it and slash twice. The first one with Booming Blade. These are going to be auto crits, advantage if they hit. So I'm going to roll the damage separately.
Okay.
Or not. 19 hits, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to redo the damage on this one. And I'll just roll the second to hit as well.
Well, wouldn't it just be double? Oh, no.
No, because we do the... Well, and we do the... Yeah, so I got to roll all separate. So I've got... we'll start with the Booming Blade. This is a... 2d8. Why does it say 1d8, you piece of shit? Here we go. Sorry, it is just a d8. It's 2d8 if it moves. Right, so let's see. Does this do it? Yeah, that didn't work. Sorry,
I don't know
let me try
what
this
any
one
of
more
that
time.
means.
I'm having trouble with a thing that's supposed to make an auto roll crit damage. I don't think it can. Yeah, okay, so it's not working right. We'll take that first one. 3 plus 8, it should be 11 points of damage. So 11 points of thunder damage, and then the rapier twice at crit. And that actually should be 4 plus 8 and 7 plus 8. So
Yeah,
4
just
plus
give me
8
the
is
total.
12, 7 plus 8 is 15, so 12 plus 15, 27 points of piercing damage, and 3 plus 8 is 11. So a total of 38 points of damage.
Okay.
And if this creature is paralyzed, Taladar is going to back up.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
All right. Aranor.
All right. I'm gonna activate Greatsword.
Uh-huh.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
All right. If I smite, is it gonna affect Starsha at all?
No. I don't think so. Smite's not an AoE, and it's only damaging the creature you're hitting.
All right, I'm gonna smite at level 2. Why am I not finding? Okay, here we go. So 31 total.
31 total is just the smite, though, isn't it?
No, that's so I did 8 slashing and then
Which is doubled.
Why is it doubled?
Because
Because of crit. Oh, you're
This is
right.
crit. So it's
Yeah.
8 plus whatever your die is, the
Yeah,
max
12.
die. So
Okay.
8 plus 12.
20. So and 13.
And then you double your smites.
Add the dice
26.
again, so 16. So add 24. Add 12 and 24 to the damage numbers you see there.
Okay, so 20. There we go. 67 points. There you go.
And sorry, did you roll for advantage?
No, I
He
hit.
doesn't
I hit it anyway.
He's already critting it. He can't get double.
Okay.
67.
67 points of damage.
Oh,
Well, the massive damage table, because you took off more than half of its remaining health, means that it drops to 0. It is not dead, but it is unconscious.
I'm gonna use my second attack to finish it off.
Okay.
Oh Jesus, he's got a second one.
Yeah. So
How would you like to kill him?
chop off his head.
That's what you always say.
I sure do. Like Conan.
Yeah. With a mighty cleave, you remove its head from its body, and it lays still.
Can you roll the smite just so we can see how much it would have been?
Sure. Let me do it a different way instead of doing it the weird way I do it.
You mean do it the right way?
Yeah. Only 13.
Plus 24 for 37, and then plus your 13 for the greatsword, plus another 12 for the greatsword, that's 62. So what is that? 62 and 60, 129 points of damage in a single turn.
Yep. You're gross, Aranor. You're just
Mm.
gross.
I mean, the whole monster, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's, 2 smited crits.
It is now dead. You are out of initiative. What the hell music was playing? Ugh. I don't remember what music it was. I think it's this one. All right. As this thing's body continues to twitch. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It's still paralyzed. It lays lifeless. Its rider lifeless, a step up on the pyramid. And now, once again, all you hear is the sound of rushing water. Starsha, you gingerly step down from the back of this now decapitated wyvern.
Man, whole bots are strong. What level's that?
What level's what? The wyvern?
That's
Hold
a
on,
wand
Steve.
we just bought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Oh my
clutch.
god.
I mean, that's a once a day sort of thing, but still, that's
Oh,
ridiculous.
the hold monster? That was the wand?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, now that you can get close safely, while it might not be as large as a dragon, and really only has, 2 powerful hind legs instead of 4 that the dragons have. It's scaly, it has leathery wings, and its long, sinewy tail is topped with a bulb and then a stinger, from which you can still see a faintly greenish tinged liquid coating the tip. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, how are you guys doing? You beat up?
Let's search the bodies first. Would I know of anything valuable from a wyvern that I should take?
Roll a survival check.
Can I give myself guidance?
Yes. You should just do it
It's just
and just not ask. Just do it.
I did that originally. I didn't think it was good. Anyways, 21.
21 is more than enough to know that wyverns, they have a poison stinger, and it is a sought-after chemical that gets used to create various different poisons.
Oh.
So Moss will hop down and cut the stinger off, I guess.
Yeah, without having the time you need to extract it properly, I would let you cut the thing off and just take the whole thing with you. It weighs about, I don't know, 6-7 pounds.
Is that a stinger in your pocket?
No, I'm just happy to see you.
It's the bulb before the stinger that contains the venom or the poison sac.
It usually does.
I saw that last haymaker and I got excited.
We're gonna go ahead and take a 5-minute break there before we move on to anything else, because I really gotta use the bathroom. We'll be back in 5.
Yeah, I'll be right
Poor
back.
wyvern.
AFK2. back. Yep. Mm-hmm. I don't like it when I can't reach him. I need to do the Lucid Fastball Special and launch me up there. Starsha stabbed him. That's all right. Do what you need to do, Bri. It's going to benefit the many. Did the music stop?
It did for me.
Okay.
Oh, it did.
Got so
Didn't have
quiet
it on
all of a
repeat.
sudden. I got scared.
There we go.
You know Final Fantasy? When you're doing the boss battle, and then the music stops for a second because you beat the boss, and then the second superior boss comes. That's what's happening right now.
The second form? Yeah.
Or second boss, whichever.
This isn't even my final form.
We had first boss, yes.
Yeah. We had first boss, yes. What about second boss? Okay. You guys have dispatched the Starsha back?
I never left.
I never know because you don't say anything, so I don't know if you're getting cookies or if you're back or not.
I don't know. I'll get cookies when I need cookies.
You guys have dispatched the the wyvern and its rider. What would you like to do now?
Does anybody need healing? How are you guys looking?
We definitely need healing, but how do we proceed? We could take a short rest now, but I think we can't tarry too long to go find this winged elf.
We've made a lot of noise. We should move on.
Okay.
Agreed.
Did we search that guy?
Roll a search. Roll whoever is searching. Roll a investigation.
Starsha.
And out of guidance.
Darn.
Nope. You guys don't find anything on him.
Wait, Starsha. There it is. There it is. I knew it.
Let me see.
That's what we have to do for loot. She has to.
His,
The
his
wyvern?
corpse vanished.
The wyvern has nothing on him. You've already harvested his
Kidneys?
his poison gland. The rider, Kaz, does have a pouch on him. It contains 85 gold.
Ooh.
5 platinum pieces.
Oh.
Aren't you glad I used my natural 20 on that?
Mm-hmm.
And an intricately carved gold ring.
Uh-oh.
Starsha, this ring, with that roll, this ring appears to be mundane, just beautiful.
Mhm.
It is worth 150 gold pieces.
Wow. Wait, can I have that ring?
You're gonna give it to your woman. You're gonna pull it off the corpse of this guy, and here, honey, I got you a
Don't-
ring.
Don't you have like the nicer ring from that other dude?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
She'll understand.
It's a man's ring. If it's a man's finger, maybe Safra has man hands. I don't know.
She'll understand.
So moving along, you guys, let me polygon reveal. Let me hit the right button.
I mean, if any of you are dangerously low in hit points, let me lay hands
Well,
or something.
I think we should rest before we go in the temple. Like short rest, not long rest.
That's an hour, right? How long is it?
30 minutes, isn't it?
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
We can't rest for an hour.
I mean, if we do that, we have to fall back to one of the rooms south of here.
So if we're gonna press in without a longer rest, so without an hour rest, I would certainly cast one of my 3rd level spells for what's it called?
While you're looking for your spell, I would say that you guys, having reached the second bridge that leads to the east, there is definitely light coming from the end, and you can see movement in there.
Off to the east.
Yes, to the east.
Huh.
So, this door right here, where does this... Is this an actual door, or what is...
Yes.
Okay. So that's where she is. At least what we were told, guys. So...
Inside the temple? I thought she was high above the temple. I could be wrong, though. I don't recall.
This pyramid does stretch up and up and up. It is possible that there is something inside that leads you upwards.
Oh yeah, I guess from where we're at, we wouldn't really know how tall it is.
And remember, she does have a djinn.
Did we make any checks about djinns?
Yeah, I think we found out. Somebody did well.
I don't remember if it was in game or if it was out of game where we learned.
No, it was
that-
in game.
It was in game because I was asking about it. And then
Okay,
Brian
but yeah,
said,
that if
"Why do
it's
we care?"
indentured, it's likely against its will.
I mean, if she is in there, then Moss is right about... we don't want to go in there... I mean, I know Taladar's pretty spent. Felix, how are you?
I'm perfectly fine.
Felix always is. He fires off his big dick energy spells and then just sits down and has a break.
Moss, how are you?
I'm down 2 first level, 2 second level. I still got all my 3rd and a 4th.
Alright,
So I'm not bad. I'm more worried about everyone's health.
yeah. I have 1 second level smite left. And then all my first.
But we're going to be going up against the toughest fight. I guess do we know she's in the temple, or do we know where she is?
In this pyramid.
Yeah, I'm thinking she's in there, but I don't remember why.
He said it's the guy told us that she's in the pyramid to the north, apex inside. That's what my notes say. I don't know what that... My notes are fucking terrible.
We could also continue exploring this place
True.
and perhaps find a safe place to rest, although it would likely be after another 1 or 2 fights. It is my guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you guys, you don't know. Looking to the north, you can see that the pathway around the pyramid once again turns to the left. But without having gone up there, you don't know of anything beyond. From where you are, you can see that there is a path across the water that leads to the east into a lit room that from this distance looks grand, if damaged. And to the north, you can see that the water and the walkway both bend away to the west.
All right. Well, consensus here. What do you want to do? Do you want to go up north and circle around the pyramid, or go to the east?
I think we should at least check the perimeter of this pyramid first.
Okay. Starsha, what do you think?
I agree.
All right, Taladar.
Yeah,
Taladar's already gone.
Taladar has just silently started walking.
All right. Well, Moss. It looks like that's what we're doing. So.
Okay, well, I perimeter okay. I think venturing off and trying to explore more is just going to expend more energy than we want to spend. So I'll take the lead.
Rounding the northern edge, you can see that there is another bridge that leads to the north.
Oh boy.
And you can see a strong, pale light coming from across the bridge.
Sorry, but before we proceed any further, I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. And I am going to heal us up. Oops. Well, I'll take that as first roll for Moss. So I have 9 more rounds of healing. Or 10 more rounds of healing.
Hey, thanks. Moss healed me up to max.
No, that's for me. I mean, Darkstar, how do you want to?
Oh.
How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do what?
Aura Vitality. It heals 2d6 every turn for.
Well, you guys have got to basically all hold still.
Yeah.
So whether you want to do that just out in the open here or
Yes.
somewhere else.
We're doing it right now.
Okay, so you guys all stop gathering around Moss until the healing is done.
How do you want to roll the healing, Dark?
How do you normally roll it?
I've done this once before, and I don't remember how we did it. We roll just the 6 and then times 10 across people, or do you want me to roll over again for each one?
We could each tell you how far down we are, and you just start rolling dice. Or you can literally just roll, 20d6, and if it's more than our total party deficit, then we just reset our health.
Yeah,
I don't know what the easiest way to do it is.
I mean, 20d6 is...
I would just pick a person who is the lowest and roll until they're full. And keep going that way, or... I don't know, it's up to you guys to determine how to do the healing.
We took 40-some points of damage. This thing's going to heal everyone up to top.
I mean, that's easy enough. Done deal, just reset your hit points.
Yeah, if the average of 20d6 is 70, that split between the 5 of you is more than enough to heal everybody to max.
Okay, everyone just go to max HP then.
Yeah.
Hooray.
The other shitty way to do it is to roll individually, but that gives you the opportunity to roll a 1 on every single one, and that would suck.
Well, that's sums the breaks, right? But
yeah.
Whichever way you want us to do it, Dark. I guess everyone heal to max. Done.
Starts just casting spells.
Starts attacks the darkness.
Magic missile on the darkness.
No, I was wondering what this was doing up there.
So yeah,
purple die.
Moss is taking the lead.
Yes.
Okay. As you pass the bridge, you can see that there are individuals.
On the other
Just roll
side?
them to see if they see you.
There's a second Felix up there too.
Is there?
Yeah, I can see his health bar.
Doppelganger.
Where? Oh, you know why? There's a second starship up there too. It's because I use your characters when I'm lighting a map to determine who can see what.
Okay.
I look through your characters to see, who can see and who can't. So I need a vision character and a non-vision character. And I obviously just left you two on that.
He died.
No, he gone. He poofed.
We gotta rescue him.
You can, as you approach this bridge, you can hear voices coming from the north.
Are they humanoid?
Make a perception check.
Nope. Sound like a rock.
You can't tell. You just can tell that there are voices speaking.
So being on the lead, can I tell anything about them? Or
Make a
is that
perception
double?
check.
I don't know if I can like double dip in perception. So
Starsha's like, yes, there's people in there and they're talking. They seem to be just having conversation. They're speaking,
I just motion for everyone to be quiet and let's just pass them
speaking
by.
common. You hear somebody make a reference to hearing the wyvern not long ago screaming, but it's gone silent. You hear somebody say, well, be on your guard.
Okay. Well, do we would want to continue around the pyramid or go check this out?
I think we keep on going around the pyramid. Let's not get distracted with the peons.
Coming to this side of the pyramid, the sound of rushing water grows in volume. And now you can see why. Rushing to the west, the water picks up speed. And a loud roaring sound indicates a waterfall. You can see it foaming at the top before it falls over the edge, past a couple of stone cliffs, and into the darkness beyond.
Any sense of how deep that waterfall goes?
Without getting closer, it is hard to tell. The water falls away. It's loud. It echoes slightly. And it disappears over the edge, beyond sight. But without being able to get a closer look, you don't know how far down it goes. I don't have a waterfall sound. But it's loud here. Especially on this side of the pyramid.
Okay, we've gone all the way around. Is this a door into the pyramid or a door just to the...
It is a... I gotta check the map, hang on. It is a door into the pyramid.
Well, we've been all the way around.
Okay.
Are we going to venture in now? I say yes.
You can either venture in. There is a majority of the map that still has not been discovered. But I mean, it's up to you. You know that you've been told that Arisi is most likely in her chambers at the apex of the pyramid. That's information that you got from Wind Harrow.
What
The way
time
I
would it
see
be?
it, we don't want to wait for a long rest, and why would we go spend our energy elsewhere when we may need it here?
What were you saying, Felix?
What time is it?
Oh, Jesus. I have no idea. You You head out at first thing in the morning. Flew down, only took a few minutes. Took you about an hour to get down here. Blah blah blah. It's probably mid-afternoon.
So the reason I'm asking is because whenever we talked to the guy, he seemed like he was good with us joining this thing and then going and performing.
Yes,
We haven't seen him come back.
No, you have not. You're not sure where he went.
Right. So it could be that he's one of these directions. Or he could be
But
inside.
does that matter?
If he hasn't seen what's happened.
Well, I mean, I think we have to assume that word is out because those Kenkaku on the other side are gone. He was gone. At best, he's up there, and we're fighting him as well, which we know is more likely true later, right?
Let's go in.
Like, I don't see any advantage to delaying this.
If you guys think you get enough gas in the tank, then Taladar is in, but he's done. He's spent. He's got very, very few spell slots left. So, and that translates to I can counterspell maybe once, and that's it.
I mean, we could do a long rest somewhere, but I don't see the point of exploring.
If we do a long rest, does that get you all your spells back?
So sorry, a short rest.
Or
A short rest gets. A short rest is a single spell slot. It's better than nothing. A long rest, the concern tactically is that they regain a foothold all about us, right? Like they find out that we've killed a bunch of dudes, and then now they're on high alert. And what dudes are left, maybe north of here, spread out throughout the complex, and we have to re-clear. So it's not a bad idea to keep going if we get enough gas in the tank. But a short rest wouldn't hurt. We just the only safe place we have for that is south. We'd have to go back to one of the, a fortifiable room.
We can do it right here with Rope Trick.
That's true.
All right.
That spell lasts an hour?
Yep.
Does it increase with levels?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we better do something about the bodies of the Wyvern and
we're not going to be able to move a huge beast like that, I assume.
I'm gonna cut off its
Easily.
head.
We cut off its head, we cut off its tail. We should just be able to roll it over
Wyvern.
into the water.
Wyvern,
Wyvern.
Wyvern, and Shirley.
Yeah.
All right, well we can try to move it.
Just throw it in the water.
Moss will lead around the corner to the back to the Wyvern.
The two of us can lift it. Bry, Moss. Yeah.
You two come around the corner, attempting to tug this thing into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you make perception checks.
Oh no.
Everyone else is hiding inside the rope trick.
No, I think everyone would do Rope Trick together.
Okay. So you guys are waiting around on the waterfall side with a loud waterfall roaring. And Moss and Aranor have moved to toss the wyvern in the water. You're pretty sure you can safely leave the body of Kaz farther up because he's technically out of sight where he is. It's dark the farther up the pyramid you go.
Okay.
And he's collapsed on the edge. You think you're probably safe to leave him up there? You make perception checks. Moss, you hear humming. Sound of somebody humming. Maybe some muttering. And it sounds like it's coming closer.
From the front, or?
It sounds like it is coming from the east. Perhaps
sound
making its way across the bridge.
Does it sound musical?
Well, it's humming. Somebody is humming a tune.
So I'm immediately thinking it's Wind Harrow. So he's
Your perception check is high enough that this sounds like a very deep voice, a deep male voice.
Did Wind Hero have a deep male voice?
No, he did
No.
not.
And it's moving, you said across the bridge, so away from us?
Well, you're not sure. It's coming from the direction of the bridge, and it sounds like it's coming closer.
I tell Aranor all this, and maybe we can do this quickly and get
Yeah,
away.
Let's try and do it quickly.
Okay, both of you give me a strength throw. Throw?
Advantage or...
No. Each of you just give me a strength check.
So not a saving throw, just a normal strength.
Just a normal strength, not a saving throw.
And am I allowed guidance?
Yes. But you can only give it to one of you.
Yeah, to myself.
Of course. Aranor, you begin tugging this thing. You have the strength to do it. You could probably get it done on your own, but it would take you longer. Between the two of you, you start dragging this carcass across the stone.
Oh,
As
no.
its claws and its scales scrape across the stone. And then with a loud splash, its large body falls into the water.
I think we did a good job, Moss. Let's head
I
back to
just,
the
I just pat
others.
him on the, I pat him and move, like point, we're going now. And we start
As the
moving
body
away.
falls into the water, a figure emerges from the far side of the pyramid.
Uh-oh.
It's
Humming.
dark. It's dark. Can he see us?
Yes. Oh.
I-
What are you doing there? You should not be here.
We're
We
looking
were
to
just
see.
checking the water levels. Everything looks good, and we are checking the rest of the perimeter. Make sure that the water looks good. So far, so good.
This is your job? I don't think so. You should not be here.
We just do what we're told, but
Who told you?
we're Wind Harrow.
Harrow.
Windharrow is in charge of the cleaning now.
No,
I
he
don't
did not.
think
not,
so.
not in charge of cleaning. He was worried about the musical notes of the water as for tonight's performance.
Oh,
I think you
no.
two are trying to pull a fast one.
Oh no.
I don't think so. I appreciate your efforts in helping me clean up this place. But you should not be here.
Well, we will
We
be on our way then.
Yes.
No. I think you both should come with me. This way, come.
Oh no.
Moss pokes Aranor. You're sending stone now.
I used it.
You used it? Oh shit.
I call it Savra to get the people.
Um,
I yell out as loud as I can. Yeah, we'll go with you. We'll go with you right now.
Why are you yelling? You know you will only attract attention.
Sorry.
Look,
I have
little
trouble
people,
hearing.
come with me. It is for the best. There are many ears inside of this temple. I do not think you wish to encounter them.
Moss just gives Aranor a nudge. I think we should go with
Yeah.
him. Where do you intend on taking us to?
Across the bridge where I'm working. Yes, you first. This is a large figure. Let me just give you a description.
That looks very Jin-like.
Sure does.
What did we learn? I guess I can't remember what we learned about the Jin.
They're held against their will. There's usually they're bound to a container of some sort. And if you destroy the container, then they're free.
As Moss would Moss know anything about Jins? Probably not. From his reading.
Make you and Aranor can both make intelligence. Oh,
Well, we talked about somebody in one of the sessions. This is how I have the notes, is because somebody found out all this.
Yeah, we already discussed all this, and
Yeah.
we didn't know
Yes.
too much about them.
Yeah, nobody rolled well enough to know too much. He doesn't have legs. It is sort of a swirling bit of mist and air, sort of, from the belly button down. Yes, this way, come. Across the bridge.
Moss will keep on going forward.
No, you are going the wrong way.
Oh, dude, this bridge? I thought you meant the other bridge.
Yes, right. Turn. Yes, forward. Yes, cross the bridge. What is everyone else doing? Actually, first of all, make a perception check to see if you all heard Aranor. Over the loud sounds of the rushing waterfall. Come on, Taladar.
Oh, no, it's Taladar. Oh, no.
While we're moving away, Moss will surreptitiously generate the scent of a skunk.
Okay.
Kind of, so it's leaving a trail of skunk scent that might be followed.
I do not believe I have encountered your kind before, but you are a smelly one. Come, forward. Move.
It was at breakfast. Have you ever had jambalaya before?
I must admit I have not.
It's very tasty, but it
Let's perhaps
Moss, let's
wait until we are across the bridge before you are talking more, yes?
Moss, let's have a little toot.
Terrible. What a terrible use of wind. I'm going to move you three to the other map.
It's been a pleasure playing with you all, Moss.
He doesn't see.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Felix, Starsha, and Taladar did not roll high enough. The sound of the waterfall here is loud, and you didn't hear him.
I mean, how long did that take for that thing?
They probably took 6-7 minutes.
I mean,
let's do a retroactive perception check to see if you heard the sound of the body, because it was loud.
Attaboy, Taladar, you don't hear anything. Get him a hearing aid.
That's unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah. Felix, that's high enough that you definitely heard the body. And after a few minutes of this horribly loud sound, you also heard a splash of something large falling into the water. And you think that you should be seeing your friends come around the corner shortly after, but nothing.
They're back on the other map.
Yeah. Can you guys all see the other map?
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm now walking on air.
What?
There's no bridge. Or I'm in the water, one or the other.
Is this water flowing fast?
I mean, it's relatively quick, especially as it approaches the waterfall.
Like, what I'm wondering is, would we have seen the wyvern flow through and fall down the waterfall?
I mean, if you sit there for a few minutes and wait, you think you might see it, but it also might be heavy enough, and you don't know how deep the water is.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. That.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how long you want to sit there and wait and see. No music. What the fuck? This djinn ushers you across the bridge waving his hand in front of his face. Oh, whatever you're eating, my friend, I think it is poison. Into a large room with a beautiful blue marble paved floor. It looks like a walkway extends farther to the east, but there's a bunch of fallen masonry and crumbled stone. The flagstone, while a brilliant ultramarine blue, is cracked in several places, but it does look like it's in the state of being repaired. You can see masonry tools, shovels, picks, other instruments. Looks like the way is being cleared. Now that we are safely out of hearing, I am Attahir, at your service. Tell me, little ones, why are you here? Don't all speak at once.
Well, we were just checking the water levels there and making sure everything was in good operating order.
Sticking with it.
Stick with it. Why have you brought us to this area of work?
I am doing you a favor.
What,
You are not.
I always
cultists.
appreciate favors. Which favor are you doing us?
I have made a mistake. You are more than welcome to cross back across the bridge and continue on your way. I will have words with your metal friend here. You, what are you doing here?
We're here for an audience with Lady Oren.
And for what purpose do you need to see Arisi?
Arisi.
You do not even know who you are here to
Nope.
meet?
I'm bad with names.
Why do you need to speak with her?
Moss is gonna lay it on the table. We have killed numerous of the cultists down here. We seek to kill her too.
I see.
Are you trapped? Do you need our aid?
I am. I have been held here for thousands of years.
Wow.
The king of the Besselmir dwarfs, a man by the name of Torhild Flametongue, came into possession of my horn thousands of years ago. He could summon me, and he bound me to his service by the power of the horn. I am obligated to complete a single task for him. Unfortunately, he died before my task was complete and was unable to remove it. Therefore, I have been at this task for thousands of years.
Well, we will free you then. Where's your
What
horn?
What is your task? To clean or to burrow?
My task is to maintain the integrity of the palace, the pyramid, and the surrounding temple. As you can see, I have recently begun working in this stage to clear the way. It is time-consuming. I do not have the correct tools. Many of them have fallen into disrepair, and of course, I cannot go shopping to get more. When Irisi and her lackeys moved in, she took possession of my horn. However, no matter how much I begged and pleaded, she refused to free Attahir. So, I continue to work.
Can she give you a new command?
She can. If she gives me a new task, once that task is complete, I am free.
And what if we destroy the horn?
If you were to destroy the horn, I would be instantly freed, and I would be able to return to my realm of air.
That's what we'll do then.
This is difficult to do. For if she command me to attack you, I will have no choice but to take your lives. For you see, I want freedom more than I want to spare your lives. And I cannot go against a command from the holder of the horn. But should you break the horn, well, then I would be instantly free, and I would instantly disappear back to my own realm on the plane of air. Come, you both look like you could use some rest. You are safe in this chamber. I will continue to work here. No one comes to us disturb Altair when he is at work. You may rest here safely.
Our friends are still over on the other side of the temple. Can we bring them here?
Sucks to be them. Yes, you stay here. I will go fetch them. And then I must return to my work.
Of course.
Stay here. Don't make noise.
Tell them that Aranor and Moss are asking them to come.
I unfortunately cannot take commands from you. You do not hold my horn. Stay here. Rest. I will return.
If they are unsure, just tell them that Moss ate jambalaya.
I do not take commands from the holder of my horn. As he moves away across the bridge. The three of you, who are over by the waterfall, have realized at this point something has to have happened. You heard the sound of a, body being dragged, made a lot of noise. Then you heard a splash, and it's now been at least 5 minutes since you heard that splash. Felix, if you look into the water, give me a perception check.
It's water.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It's the water is rushing. Yeah, you can't even see these treasures that you keep hearing Starsha speak about. And after a few minutes, while you're looking in the water, from around the southern end of the waterfall, you see a figure. Hello, little ones. Come with me. You should not be out here. It is dangerous. You, in the back. Come with me.
Who are you?
My name is Altair. At your service. And he bows. You can see he's got sort of grayish skin. He's decorated in gold bracelets and necklaces and bracers. And his bottom half is nothing but mist and whirling air.
And he came from the direction that
where you heard
the other
sound.
two were.
Mm-hmm. Come with me.
What have you done with the others?
They are back in my current workroom, having a nice rest. Come with me. It is for your best interest, yes?
Taladar shrugs, sword still drawn, but he sees no reason not to follow.
I look back and say, I didn't hear any battle. They wouldn't have gone quietly.
You did not hear your friend yelling? I'm surprised the whole complex does not know where that sound came from.
I'm a little hard of hearing, and also my vision's not great. Sense of smell non-existent, and
What kind of an elf? It does not have good hearing and good seeing. Are you broken? Perhaps you
Yes.
have hit your head. Come,
Oh, undoubtedly.
let us go someplace quieter to talk. Come, little ones. He's beckoning at you like you're puppies. Come on. Let
Yeah.
us go.
Taladar will warily follow him.
Don't think I can see you back there, Mrs. Tom. Wandering around out here is not the safest place for you to be.
We weren't exactly wandering.
No, you were stood in place for anybody to wander up and stick you with something pointy, yes?
Well, so far it's us that's been doing the sticking, but yes.
Well, that is perhaps for the best. But there are dangerous things that lurk in this temple.
He's not wrong. As we're following, I'll just look in the water to see if I can see the wyvern corpse.
Sure. Make me a perception check. A good one this time. 15 is enough. You can see the body of it. And you can see the smears of blood. As it was very clearly dragged and shoved off the edge. There's some scrapings on the stone-carved floor there as well. It has not moved downstream very much. So while the surface of the river or the water seems to be moving rapidly, it's not with tremendous force. Which is perhaps why there's gold and treasures, supposedly, because you haven't seen them. Actually, with 15 you would see them now. Accumulating in spaces. It's not strong enough to wash it all away.
Okay.
Yes, this way. Let us rejoin your little friends. Oh, I have moved up and I see that another Jinn is at the end of the tunnel. That is not good. I will
That's
move
his cousin Juice.
Yeah, Jinn and Juice. You make good joke. Stop moving, I am trying to grab you all. Hold still. This will not hurt.
Ow!
Lice, I think you are playing a joke on Atair. Oops. So the rest of you, as you come across the bridge, you can see before you even get there. Your friends. Ah, that is much better. Yes, it's quieter here. The water is not so loud. And now we can have a conversation. Now, your friends tell me they will break my horn and set me free. I have been at this task for so long now. It's like I have forgotten what my home truly feels like. You wish to kill Erisi? I wish to be free. I think we can work together, yes?
Can you describe the horn?
It is large, curled, golden. You cannot mistake it. It looks like the horn of a beast, but it is hollow for blowing.
When you're saying it's golden, you mean is there actual gold on the horn? Or is it just the color of gold?
You ask a lot of very difficult questions.
He does.
I ask questions that I think are important.
It is golden in color. It has some gold on it. It is very intricate. It is detailed. It is beautiful.
And where is it kept?
It is kept in Erisi's chambers at the apex of the pyramid.
Is its location somewhere that can be reached on foot, or must it be flown to?
Oh, no, you must reach the apex of the pyramid from inside the pyramid itself.
Yes, but is it within reach of the ground?
You would have to use stairs. I, of course, would simply fly up there. There are stairs leading up to her chambers.
And what do you think would destroy this horn?
I think if your friend here, made of metal, were to hit it with his big kick-ass sword, it would be easily broken.
Aranor nods.
If he manages to roll well enough to hit an inanimate object. A good hearty swing from most weapons would do it in.
And does whoever... Sorry. Does whomever holds the horn control you immediately, or does it take time to attune to?
That information is not written in this module.
Taladar. I know what you're up to,
I'm-
Taladar.
I would
I'm-
say
Moss interjects and says, "I think what my friend means is, we mean to destroy, to kill her, but mayhaps if we took the horn and enlisted your aid, you would not object to this idea, so that we could immediately free you."
I cannot trust anyone who blows the horn. For blowing the horn is what transfers ownership. Once the horn is blown, a command must be given. Once it is, I must complete the task commanded, and then I am free.
What if the task is to return to your home?
Then I would need to do it immediately. But that would leave my horn exposed. Anyone else could then take it.
I assure you, one way or the other, before this day is done, that horn will be destroyed.
You have my word as well.
I am not used to dealing with peoples like you. The dwarves, they treated me well, but they did still imprison me here. You must understand, Altair is not used to trusting people, especially small peoples like you.
You must understand I'm simply looking for an easier way to release you than to try and break the horn.
Well, you
I
could
have
kill
no...
me. I would not like that very much, but I would appear in my home realm.
We have enough to fight here already without dealing with you, although I think we would not have too much of a problem.
You could certainly try, my friend.
No need.
However, yes, you could kill me, you could break the horn, you could blow the horn and dismiss me. My preference would be for the horn to be broken. That way, I can never be summoned again.
Do you have anything to reward us with if we break the horn?
You will only do this task if I reward you?
Would you not trust us more if we said you're going to reward us than just the words of strangers?
You make a very good point. Yes, I will reward you. However, I have no material possessions. I am sure you have no interest in the tools I have been using. My possessions lie on my home plane. Once freed, you have my word, I will return and give you gifts.
You've been
Altair
hired.
keeps his word. Now, you must understand. If Arisi blows the horn and commands me, I cannot disobey. She may command me to kill you. I would not enjoy doing this, but I would do it.
Well, then it seems to me that it's of prime importance that we take the horn and destroy it immediately, and not give her the chance. I think,
Yes.
and Taladar looks around the group, one of us invisible perhaps could do that, if the horn is close enough to the ground that we can reach it.
The
I
horn
was-
sits on a pedestal behind her throne.
I was thinking the same.
You cannot mistake it. It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Come.
think we
All of
shouldn't
you-
take any...
Go ahead.
I think we shouldn't take any chances. The blow that destroys it must be swift and decisive.
Yes, you would not want to miss.
Who is that? Me or Starship?
I think
fun.
you're a little too loud for this task.
He's not. I can make him invisible for an hour, and he has boots that make him move silently. But I mean, it could be anyone. Like, I mean, Starsha can do a shit ton of damage too, right? It's
I don't know if the weapons that she uses are enough to, assault a physical object and break it.
It's basically a damage threshold. It doesn't matter what weapons you use. I'm not going to be like, no, you have to use a blunt instrument. Anybody who does enough damage to the horn will break it.
So you're responsible for cleaning these tunnels, correct?
I clean, I maintain, I repair.
Have you
See,
cleaned
look.
the mess that we left earlier?
No, you and this one and the metal man drag that mess into the water.
Felix, which mess are you referring to? We have left several messes.
You have made more messes?
Very sorry about that. We will make sure it's not your problem after today.
There have been a few.
Well,
It was so much better when I was here alone. Better still, it was better when I was at home.
He has offered to let us rest here if we like.
Yes, you
So-
will be safe here. No one bothers Ataya when he is at work.
So if we want to do a
Atayir.
short rest,
You could do a long rest. No one will bother you here. Eat, drink, rest. You will be safe. But I must return to my work here. And he moves back to the rock face and picks up a couple of tools and starts chipping and chiseling. You see, the rest, they are afraid. They do not bother Atayir. I do not bother them. I just get on with my work. But none will come here while I am working.
Do you know about the pillars with the, I don't know, the little turnstile thingies?
Yes, they control the water. The level can be raised and lowered.
How do you raise and lower? I assume turning one way or the other.
You take one turnstile and you turn it, and the other turnstile you turn it. Atayir, of course, can move it himself. These cultists, they have prisoners. They use them to turn the wheels.
What happens if the wheels stop for too long?
The water will just continue to flow. It does not build up for several hundreds of years. No one turned the wheels. The water just continues to flow. Turning it up causes it to rush faster. Turning it down drops the water level.
Well, something to remember for perhaps later, if we go further
Only-
below.
Only a handful of times have I seen the water turn so low that the dwarves could wade in, knee-deep. They did this very occasionally to clear out debris, treasures, golds that swept in from the mines. Most
Well,
of the
there-
time, the water is at the level it is now.
And to be clear, the water we're speaking of is the water here, around the temple.
Yes.
And one might infer that it would also affect the water below, wherever this water pours into.
I do not know what is below. The water goes very, very deep.
Well, Starsha, there's how we get your loot. When all this is done, we may be able to lower the water level far enough to collect some of it.
There is a great deal in the waterway. Many golds, many jewels.
Can we get him to, without RPing it out, describe
Arisi's chamber well enough that we can begin to strategize in between sessions, so that we have a clear plan when we walk in the door? Like, can he give us a description of her chamber?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I mean, Talor would literally just ask him that. Persuasion. Persuasione. Here we go. Nope.
I can try.
You appear to be a man of honor. If you do this for me, even though I am now getting paid, or rather I am paying you, whatever. What was the question? Oh, describe, yes. The chambers above is a grand room. A large, detailed map of the Dwarven realms is carved directly into the floor. There are colonnades, behind which she often has guests. These guests lounge. They do not do anything but lounge, as if in a drug-induced stupor. At the end of this chamber is a dais on which her throne sits. This is where she is most often. Occasionally, she takes audience there. The bard entertains her, occasionally with others. But if she does not like the music being played, they do not play ever again. Behind her throne is the pedestal on which my horn rests.
How far is the horn from the throne?
Not far.
Within arm's reach?
No farther than that.
Well, I think it's time to rest now.
Who is she typically surrounded by in her chamber?
The bard is often there, entertaining her. Sometimes he has his wind veins, wind words, whatever they are, terrible musicians with him. Most often it is just him. Occasionally, priests of this cult come and go to speak with her, to have her issue commands. Kaz often came to converse with her, but I see he is now dead.
Well,
I'm just wondering if it's, is it worth trying to catch the bard somewhere else and deal with him? I mean,
If the bard is not in her chamber, he is usually practicing in the fountain room.
Yeah.
Occasionally, he is training or playing with his windwards or new initiates. He does have a small group now. They sound terrible.
all right. Well, are we just doing a short rest?
I think we would do a long rest if we're not going to try to meet up and have the performance the easy way in.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be safe here for a long rest, but what kind of activities are gonna like? They're gonna find stuff by that point.
Well, we could try and convince the Jinn to clean up the rest of our messes too, if he ventures that far into the rest of the complex.
For this, I will put off this work here and do work elsewhere. I will take better part of half an hour. In this time, no one else will approach this room as long as they believe I am here working. You picking up what I am putting down?
Yes. Long rest it is.
You can do some work here to make it sound like I am working, while I
Wow.
go clean up the mess you have made.
So one of us needs to chip stone, one of us needs to move things around, and one of us needs to blow really hard.
I know which one Moss is doing.
Sounds like a Nico's weekend.
Good. You work, make it sound like I am hard at work. I will go now to clean your mess. I will return within the hour.
Do you want performance checks from us on that, or?
You know what? I need 3 of you to work in here. 3 of you. You can decide who are going to make performance checks.
I'll do it.
Teledor's got a +5 performance.
Okay,
But,
one
you know,
more.
a minus
Look at that.
20 dice rolls.
I can give guidance to one person. Everyone rolled. I don't know how this works.
I'm the best.
I'm not
at
doing performance
moving
because my
shit
performance
around.
sucks.
Felix or Starsha, one of you got to perform.
I can try.
And one of you guys will take guidance for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, so Felix,
give
you can
Felix
add.
guidance.
Too late. Starsha got to it. She rolled a
Okay.
natural 20.
God
God damn!
damn.
She sounds This is incredible work. Are you sure you are not a mason? Look at this carving. You are clearing this away beautifully. Perhaps... No. I would rather be free. Ah, okay. I go now to clean up your messes. I will be back. And he heads away. And you've been told that you'll be safe here. He's only going to be gone for an hour, he says. And that you will be safe here as long as others believe that he is getting work done in here. So that is where we will end the session.
Should we go ahead and take a long rest?
Yes.
It would save a bunch of time because
Yes.
we get spells to.
Yeah, nothing is going to happen. You're going to be safe here. He'll be
Okay.
back in an hour. You guys have performed well enough. You can go ahead and hit your long rest buttons.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Cool.
end